Watch him defend that.
Yeah.
Fought to defend that flag and never lay down.
That's right. That's right. And
when all the flags are flying, that's the highest one.
amen. Praise God. That's awesome.
The flag.
Yes, it means something. It means everything to you because that's what you laid down. And it represented all of us. You knew that you had people to fight for, a country to fight for, your mom, your family, you know, and your loved ones. And did you have two that had enlisted with you?
Three.
Three. What was their names?
Don Baker, Jim Guthrie, Keena Laxton.
Are they still?
Well, two of them still alive, and my uncle, Don Baker, is dead. He's been dead for 10 years following that trip over to Vietnam. I've got a lot of health issues that came from that trip through Agent Orange. I played it, you know.
Really?
And blue and purple.
Agent Purple and Agent Blue also. He's at that. A lot of his health problems are due to that also.
Yeah, I can understand that one. It's a hard thing. Well, what exactly happened with that? Was it just sprayed over the?
Well, they sprayed it on the most vastly, you know, we couldn't see you. And to voltage, you know.
Was it like a
make
killer?
it, you know,
like a weed killer, you know, because it was in the jungle and
real fast.
And it would just instantly, you know, kill all the. It's so. What he's saying is, it was growing so high, I could walk through it and it would be over our head, so thick that you wouldn't be able to see it. So they, it was the helicopters that would drop it right. They'd drop the Agent Orange or the Agent Blue planes and stuff like that would drop it to kill, you know, all that grass and stuff so that they were able to see their enemy more.
Well, what did you think then when it happened? Did you think that was going to hurt you like that?
This is going to be all right. You know?
Yeah.
Don't get it while it's wet, but it's fine to walk in it where it's dry.
Wow. That's scary.
He's such an even testimony to, because you see most men that come back that haven't even had anything happen to their natural body, but they come back and they're so shut down mentally and emotionally that they never are the person that they left. I mean, when the person that they were before they left. I have an uncle, for example, who it scarred him so bad when he was in Vietnam because over there they would put bombs inside babies' diapers and they would send the babies walking to you and you absolutely could not touch the baby. You had to run because it would blow up, and you know, he saw that, and he has still, I mean, when people are around, he goes and hides in his bedroom because of his emotional scarring. And you know, we had somebody here before that he has just really been emotionally scarred. And Brother Bob's a testimony that everyone that comes back doesn't have to be that way. They just let God work through them. Yeah. You know, that's the only thing that's going to heal them is God.
Yeah. I'd like to ask this question too. Did that affect you in any kind of way? I mean, physically, because my brother was in Vietnam, and his son that was born after he came back, he had like fluid around his joints and his heart. So did you have any?
Well, I was. What normally happens with a stillborn baby, the afterbirth comes with me, and that's what happened. So the doctor had me in one hand and the afterbirth in the other, and that, you know, usually means that stillborn baby, and it took about 3 minutes for them to get me to breathe. The doctor said, you know, he'd never had anybody survive out of the 16 years. Not that I can tell yet, you know, and go ahead.
Well, my son had real cleft tongue.
Oh, yes, his adenoids were huge.
He couldn't breathe, and I just sit and watch it. You know.
When he was about 2 years old, his tonsils were really, really big, and I don't know the medical term, but that thing that hangs down in the back of your throat was really, Yes, it was really big, and so they had to go in and take out, they clipped that, and he had sleep apnea bad whenever he was about 2 years old.
He forgot to breathe.
That he would hold his breath for about a minute, I think it was, and then he finally, and that was, I think that was, now they have, that was one of the things that would cause. So my brother has suffered it, so far though, nothing else with that when he was little.
Yeah, because a lot of people, we don't know that when those men come back and they have children, that sometimes it affects them in a lot of different ways. And I've even known with someone that their child didn't live because of that.
A lot of missing limbs has happened, just a lot of deformalities, we were just, God knew that he had a big plan for our family that,
Absolutely.
yes.
Miracles.
That's a question that I've been wondering about. When you were gone, what, for 3 hours? 3 hours?
6 hours.
6 hours? When you were gone for 6 hours, was there anything that you saw while you were gone? When you were announced dead, was there anything that you...
Real bright light back there about that chair, or door post, and real white, and cloud. And it started coming this way, and everything is trees. This way and this way and that way, and it come over.
Wow.
And next thing I know, I'm going down a big, huge tunnel. When I got closer, like up 15 feet, noticed red, wet rock. And I was just going. I wasn't walking, I wasn't breathing. And when I came out, I had to bend down to come out a little bit. And I was just on that trail. I could tell it was real big, but black. And
A figure is what he's
and
done.
when I got closer and closer, those on the left were walking back and forth, and this guy was standing here. And pretty soon I saw a star, and a star, down on me, and I went flat. I realized what was going on. I just lifted my head this high. I couldn't see the head. And the gown was blowing, and wasn't any wind, it was just blowing. And it's white as what can be. And gold river stars, thing come over here. And I looked down again, looked up at silver, and I looked up at this gold again. And that's it.
So what he was saying, once he got to the end of the tunnel, he sees the big dark figures, and then he sees more like shadow figures, which were the demons. He was at the gates of hell. We're walking back and forth, waiting to kind of get their newest one. And it's a lot harder for him to tell on the spot.
Yeah.
But the tunnel went away, and then that's when he saw the bright star, and the star just came right beside him. That's when he realized, he said he just dropped to his knees, because he realized he was getting ready to walk through the gates of hell. And whoever it was, he's not sure. He's whenever he tells me, he says that whoever it was so magnificent and so beautiful, he just knew. So he didn't feel worthy enough to look at the face.
I believe in God.
But he had like a white translucent gown on the robe. You could kind of see through it, and he's talking,
Feet.
waving back and forth, and then he'd look up, and the sashes would be gold, and then he'd look back down and start praying, and look up again, and it'd be silver sashes on him, and Now, did you hear him speak to you? Didn't you hear him? No? No, and then I guess he
It's all,
you just knew, and then,
nobody said a word.
Wow.
and then after he woke up was when he came out of the coma.
Wow.
So that when you went through quite a few years though where everything was coming
I
against you.
couldn't remember that.
Oh.
I did.
He didn't remember, and then one day he said like,
Was that after you had gotten born, like in the last 3 years?
no,
Oh,
Or
well,
in the,
three,
did it
4
somehow
years
bring you
after
back
Mom
to the
died.
Lord?
was it the revival that you went to, and the guy told you, I remember he was at a huge revival, yeah, I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
He was at a huge revival, and this was long before I was, thought of, but Dad said he was at the very back of the building, you couldn't see him, it was just packed, the place was packed out. And the guy who was preaching, the evangelist came up to him and he said, he doesn't remember the words, all he remembers him saying was, and pointed at Dad, and that's when he saw himself going through that tunnel.
Wow.
I saw a tunnel,
Mhm.
white tunnel,
Wow.
and going straight to Mister.
Mhm.
And that's when God, you remembered then that you had seen that. And you were like, what, 6 hours? They said.
Well, they admitted at least 6 hours.
That's all they would admit to.
And and you're on the wall of the dead, aren't you?
It still
written
says-
your, what is that called?
Killed on the moving wall. They've had paperwork for him.
You're the best, most likeliest dead man I've ever met.
It still says killed in action
Yeah, it still says killed in action.
on all of his paperwork.
Wow, wow, that's amazing. That is so
What a
amazing.
spiritual encounter too.
I know.
We just want to say thank you so much for sharing your testimony with us and with everyone out there, because you're a true hero.
You are.
And we want to tell you how much we appreciate you and Amanda for being on our show.
Thank you for
And
having
you
me.
guys just tune in next week and be blessed. Be encouraged by this testimony that you just heard, and know that if he does it for one, he can do it for you too.
That's right. Amen.